Hi, Julie. I had a little extra time on my hands, so I thought I'd put together a series of pictures. You perhaps might have copies of these. The first picture is your mother's high school graduation picture, which sat on our mantle at Big Pond Island Lake uh, all through my childhood. And I've kept this picture, and you probably have a copy of it. This is your mother at Big Pond Island Lake on the beach in her early teens, or mid-teens, I would say. That's your mother behind me, the ugly one in the middle, and Ida standing in the background. The other two girls are local girls. There's your mother and her summertime romance, Glenn, next to her. This was also taken on the beach at Big Pond Island Lake. This is a picture of your great-grandfather, Papa Mitchell, in his early 20s. He kind of looks like Harrison Ford, I think, in that picture. This picture is of Papa and his two brothers and sister. I really can't identify their names. This is a family picture standing as great-grandfather Papa Mitchell and Aunt Violet and Mama, Aunt Iva, my mother, Aunt Bonnie, Uncle Bud, and kneeling is your grandmother Aunt Ada, Aunt Billy, and Uncle Carol with the hat on. This is an early picture of 1201 North King Street. Notice by the old car in the back is the grocery store that they operated for a while. Also notice there's no trees. This is your great-grandmother, Mama Mitchell, and my mother is a young girl. This is my mother, Aunt Bonnie, as a teenager in the side yard at 1201 King. This picture was probably taken in the early 40s. That's Uncle Bud and Aunt Violet Ensley and Aunt Billy. Jane Paul and your mother. That's your grandmother, Aunt Ada, and your mother. If you don't have copies of any of these pictures, just let me know. I'll be glad to take them down and get them reproduced. But I would imagine you probably inherited a few. That's your great-grandmother, Mama Mitchell, and your mother. That's a picture of Aunt Iva. This big family picture, Mama standing, Aunt Ada and Judy, Uncle Merlin, Uncle Bud, Papa, Uncle Carol's wife. And some of them I can't identify. There's Uncle Bud Ensley leaning over. It's Aunt Iva, Aunt Violet, Aunt Billy, and Uncle Carol. This is a picture of Aunt Iva and her husband, Uncle Max Elkins. This picture was taken in the early 50s in Wichita, Kansas. These are the Ensley girls. It's Beverly, Beth Ann, Barbara, and Becky. Oh, how'd that get in there? I think that was taken in Fort Wayne in about 48, maybe 49. It's a later picture of the Ensley girls, Beverly, Beth Ann, Barbara, and Becky, and in the center is Bob. Well, there I am naked with three naked women. It's the first and last time. That's Beverly, Barbara, and Beth Ann Ensley, and myself in the middle. This is your great-grandfather, Papa Mitchell. Aunt Billy and my mother, your Aunt Bonnie. Here's Aunt Ada and Uncle Verlin. There's a picture of myself and my mother and my stepfather, Tom Bateman. You might remember him. This picture was when Mama passed away. It's Uncle Bud, your grandmother, Papa Mitchell, my mother, Uncle Carol, and seated is Aunt Iva, Aunt Billy, and Aunt Violet. A more recent picture, Aunt Ada, Uncle Bud, Aunt Violet, my mother, and Aunt Billy. That's Leslie and myself, July 3rd, 1971. Oh, who's that? That's an unidentified picture. Here's Papa Mitchell, I believe on his 93rd birthday. Well, now the mystery is clear. Little critter belongs to the family, after all. Lost Family Films. This is Papa and my mother in Indianapolis at King Street. I think probably 1965. I'm not sure of that date, but it's about the right time, I think. There's Uncle Verlin, your grandfather, and my stepdad, Tom Bateman. There's your mother cooking up some dinner. I can't remember the dog's name, but I want to call him Bo. Kind of makes sense. Comes my mother. It's always remarkable to me how Aunt Ada and my mother look so much alike. People have confused them for years. Here's Tom Bateman. I thought you'd probably enjoy this. I don't recall any other films being made of this, of her parents' wedding. Maribel. There's Ann Ocol and Carolyn. And the captain of the Indianapolis Police Department was there. Apologize for the quality, but I transferred these myself, and the film is starting to get a little old. Aren't we all? There's a great picture coming up here. That's Uncle Verlin, of course. And there's Papa and great-grandma Bohannon and your grandfather Adams. Again, I'd be glad to send you this film itself if you'd like to have it professionally done, transferred to video. Just let me know. Now back to the present. I threw in a few clips here of video from the family. Last fall, October, November, we had a foreign exchange student, Andrew Fortune from Newcastle on the Tyne in England. He spent several weeks with us, and I'll stop talking and just let you listen.
No, should have been some nights. Good ones. Lots of good. Yes, please. With ice.
With ice?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Ice in all the glasses, and then you ask for with ice. Jeez, remember last time what happened? You spilled milk all over yourself.
Shut up. Doesn't work.
Andrew, where are you gonna sit?
I don't.
Trying to have your Yes, I got it.
Eric, do you want Pepsi?
You got a bloody nose.
Pepsi? I didn't do that! No!
This is Katie, Eric's sister.
Hi!
This is one. I love her.
Baby.
Ah, you tortured!
Well, everyone's going.
I won't.
Why not?
I don't want to go to Reagan's.
We're gonna go rent D2 in the right house, right?
Yeah, or ice skating with you.
No, we're not going.
Katie.
You gotta move it slowly and because it's hard. When you move it too fast, it won't focus.
That's Sam.
And that's Colonel. And that's Katie.
Cooking.
And where's Mom? That's Mom.
Mom's hiding.
And that's Eric.
Of course, you have to understand that I never send out a video to family or friends without some flying scenes. This is a delivery of a new jet for our company, and we're just taxiing out of Wichita, Kansas for its first test flight.
What do you think, Sam? What do you think?
I'm glad about it, Jim.
Yeah. If that slid off the seat here on takeoff. How are we doing, Gary?
That's fantastic.
Good.
Lovely.
And just when you thought you couldn't be bored anymore, we have one more flying scene for you. This is going back to Wichita from Syracuse about 7 months later for its 6-month after buy inspection. there's young Eric getting his dual training in the airplane. Needless to say, I didn't let him sit there very long. But we did have a good time. We spent about 4 days in Wichita, saw Uncle Fudd, Aunt Billy.
Some flight time.
Now go Toronto 47, level 310. Tower 247, where's your final time? It's 280, wait for all that. I think it's time for breakfast. It's time for breakfast, Eric.
Time for breakfast.
Well, Julie, I hope you enjoyed this little video I put together for you. If you need any more information, just write or call. Be glad to help you out if I can, or if you need copies of any of these pictures, let me know. So fasten your safety belt, put your tray table in the upright position, and you'll be landing in Syracuse very soon. We'll see you later.